GeneralsGentlemen.
Hello! Welcome to Company of Heroes 2. Here we are, the Generalsgentlemen. I am the Machine.
And I am Archon Hawk.
This is what the Pioneers are trained for. They're trained for this shoutcast between Jove as our Oberkommando West.
And he will, of course, be playing off against Multi as our Soviets on the left.
Yeah, I don't really know if his clan is CUC and his name is Multi.
I'm assuming. I mean, that's my guess.
Yeah,
or his clan's Multi.
Yeah, or his whole name is CUC Multi. Either way, it's going to be Multi on Semovsky Summer. Jove, he's a really a top player.
Definitely.
He's really good at the game. He does have a bit of a filthy playstyle, if
Yeah.
I do say so myself.
Just saying.
Being on the receiving end of
The Spanx.
He does have a pretty filthy playstyle.
But
I'm just saying.
But he's pretty good.
I'm just saying.
At the same time. But we are just saying.
Yeah, but he's good. He's a good
He's
player.
good at the game, yeah.
Like, he's the kind of guy that would abuse close air support.
Yeah.
Like, I actually haven't played Company of Heroes 2 in a few weeks, and the reason why is because Jove spanked me twice in a row with the close air support 3 command points.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what that abuse is, though I should probably not say it, because there's going to be influx of people abusing it. Basically, you have the field of munitions transfer, which is fine. You sacrifice field of munitions, but the issue is, at 3 command points, you can get that so early. And what that does is it gives you like a crazy amount of munitions that you can just go massive LMG Gren spam, S-mines, Flamer Pyos, and you just can't deal with it. It's
that
so
crazy,
broken.
the machine means ape shit. It means like it's to the point where... insert cast here where I'm just like, it's okay, man, he's spamming S-mines, he won't have LMG, and then I see the 4 squads of Grens with LMGs and like probably the 3 or 4 telemines that he has on the field somewhere, so it's kind of nuts.
It's rough. So this is probably not going to be the best map for OKW because there's a lot of garrisons. OKW really do struggle clearing the garrisons, not having any flamers, the nades are too expensive. They do have the infantry support gun, but it's a pretty big commitment, and even then it isn't like amazing. So
it's not super soon either, which often means you can give up the mid control.
Yeah,
especially if you give up the church, like Jove's just done. I mean, he didn't lose any models for it, which is probably the smart move here. Wasn't really going to be making any friends or winning any engagements in the middle there, so good move. Just backing off from there, and yeah, he can wait until he has a way to deal with the church and just maintain the heavy cover on the right hand side for now.
Really, I think the smart move would be signing out of my Steam.
I think
that'd be the smart move.
You think so, Machine?
Yeah. Whereas on the side for the Soviets, they do have the Molotovs and the Flamer NG, so garrisons aren't really a problem.
Lots of options there.
And no Kuba wagon. So
nothing, no.
Yeah, I think the reason why is because with this much heavy cover and with the garrisons, again, it does make the Kuba wagon just a little bit harder to use than normal. Yeah,
it is fairly difficult. I mean, even then, there's garrisons all over the map. I mean, even down the bottom, where the fuel is on Winter, where there's just a strap point on Summer. Also at the top, there's garrisons, and pretty much garrisons in the spots where there's not heavy cover, so it can be very hard to use the Kuba, and it's often the areas without garrisons that are focused heavily. Here's the Molly. Nice dodge.
Pretty fast Molotovs.
Good cancel.
Not really a surprise to see them come out that early. And, didn't quite finish the decap. Bit of a misplay there. So I think we'll see a tier 2 come out for a fast mortar. I think that's going to be very valuable. With this sort of camp and the choke point.
Would be the ideal way to play for Multi at the moment. Does want to retake the bottom though. He's got to be careful. He's kind of splitting his forces up a bit here, running through neg cover, whereas Jove's just playing pretty safe, and he really has a really nice garrison movement as well. He's swapping and predicting the movements of Multi quite well. It's allowing him to maintain at least some map control down the bottom while capping his top and making sure he just holds onto that fuel for now. Yeah,
he's doing well. He's chipping away at the territory of Multi, so it is actually pretty even for now. I wonder if we see a forward base coming out of Jove. His truck still is here, so he hasn't really done anything with it yet.
So now I'm going to put something down on that bottom hand side. Be a weird spot for a battle group headquarters, but I mean you can just use that truck to scout as well, which is probably what he's doing there. It does let him know if anyone's actually going for the cap on the VP or the munitions. You don't actually have to do anything with the truck. It's just, it has vision, why not just use it and just leave it there for now. Small arms really aren't a huge deal for it, so especially with Molly's out, it's pretty unlikely we're going to see any early 18 nades coming out from Multi.
Yeah, for sure, and I don't think we'll see the tier 2 come out. Given the choke points and the garrisons, it's kind of hard to really make the flak half track or the Pumas work. Having the forward base is going to be much more important.
Definitely. Rolling the truck back now, so should be able to look for something here.
The Stuka can be nice for the late game, but I don't think we'll see it rushed out anytime soon.
Definitely something you can hold on to until you have a bit more.
So Jove is
tanks on the
floating
field.
700 manpower, so I wonder what he's going for.
Yeah, I mean, he's not really getting CPs very fast, so he obviously hasn't got that second one, so we can start going for cool-ins. So it's a lot to be floating up here. I mean, like, Panzer Fusiliers, like, that's enough for a couple of squads of them, but it's going to be a little bit longer until he gets CPs for it.
Yeah, maybe he's going for his MG call-ins now.
Yeah.
And actually, oh, he's building a tier 2.
Oh, okay,
interesting.
cool. That's different.
I guess the one advantage of the flak half-track is Samoski is a map that has a very brutal cutoff, and that then does make the flak half-track pretty effective, because if you can take the cutoff and hold it, you're going to be denying a lot of the income. But I think it's going to be pretty easy to counter, especially if Multi has mines down, and with 4 squads of conscripts, he can just go AT grenades.
Has the potential to do that. He's pretty low on munis at the moment. He has gone for this Flamer squad, which is really low. Doesn't get the retreat. Hopefully he doesn't lose the Flamer. It lives for now. And he's gone for a second combat engineer squad, probably for, I guess, mines coverage as well. I mean, given he's gone for the Flamer, he kind of needs the Minesweeper at some point. And it's actually a Puma coming out here from Jove.
Wow.
That's, yeah, interesting. See one out that early. I mean, maybe predicting a tier 3 here from Multi, but he's going to get the Puma out, like, well before that. Still has a lot of manpower in the back as well.
It's a pretty fast Puma. I don't think we'll see a tier 3 come out.
No. There's no real clear fuel advantage for Multi, and you kind of do need it against OKW to actually, you know, make something happen.
Double Flamer.
Double Flamer, wow. That's bold.
So,
with Molotovs as well.
Yeah, this Puma's going to be pretty effective against this,
Yeah.
because there just really isn't any AT.
And a mortar.
And there isn't any mines, and the reason why is not only double Flamer, but also there's been a lot of Molotovs thrown around, so it really is chipping away at the munitions. There isn't really any munitions on the board for Multi, only having 30. And if you are trying to build mines when the Puma can see them, then it's kind of hard to place them. Conscripts take a lot of damage from their own Molotov.
Whoops.
Oh dear.
It was a really nice predictive Molotov from Multi. He threw it as he saw the Volts going into the building, but Jove instantly dodged it. So
Yeah.
it's definitely some good play coming out here. And yeah, it's all about, see what this Puma can do. It can definitely contribute to these infantry battles. And there's, again, you know, there's no way to deal with it. Multi's on 50 manpower and he's not going for assist.
Does he have AT? He does. He already
he does.
And
Wow.
he lets him get the AT grenade.
What?
He just let him walk up to it.
I don't
Didn't
think he
even
expected
respond
it.
that.
I don't think he expected it.
Yeah, that's probably it. Especially as he already had the Molotovs. It's rare to see the AT grenade, especially that soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked that.
He had the AT grenades before the Puma was even like visible.
Yeah.
So 2 nades. Can he follow this up? There's only.
He doesn't have any munitions. He's on 10 munitions.
That's true. Only 10 munitions, and these are engineers behind them. But he's doing some pretty good damage against these Volts. Let's see if they can get wiped.
At least he's going to get some map control off this. All the Volt squads are actually retreating here. Jove's on 900 manpower. What's he going for?
I don't know, maybe double
I don't get it.
Fallschirmjäger.
I'm guessing. Yeah, it must be double
Wow,
Fallschirmjäger.
yeah. What happened there? Oh, okay. He spent it and then immediately like refunded it.
Yeah. He obviously wants double Fallschirmjäger.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah, there's the first squad. Yeah,
Jaeger.
okay.
So not actually Fallschirmjäger, the Jaeger
Jaeger
Light
Light.
Recon.
Okay.
Those are the dudes with the G43s. They're pretty strong. I don't think they're amazing, but they're pretty good. I think I prefer Fallschirmjäger as they have a bit more utility with their Panzerfausts.
This could definitely work out. I mean, there's a lot of spots to pop them out as well, and
He's
obviously they're going to get a nice job against these. Yeah, got to be careful.
They're good at wiping spots on retreat.
They
He
really
may
are.
lose these engines with a net cover, and surprisingly, the mortar had a direct hit on the church, but it didn't do anything.
A little bit unfortunate. Looks like the mortar may get forced off as well. Jove's actually going to have enough for 3 squads of them if he wants them. He has the manpower for it.
He's also got a lot of munitions, and he doesn't really need the Shreks because he has the Puma, so I'm interested to see where he goes with the munitions.
I mean, it's going to have nade pressure if he wants it.
Yeah, especially...
You do get, what are they called?
The infiltration tactics.
So, yeah.
Yeah, well, you throw like 8 grenades for the cost of 10 munitions.
munitions.
And those are really
They're
strong
low price,
because they
yeah.
just destroy garrisons. If the squad doesn't instantly retreat from a garrison, the whole thing just blows up. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Those conscripts are in negative cover, but they will force him off as the second and third squad of conscripts do close in. That's the other squad of the Jaeger Light.
Whoa! Multi went for shocks. And not as this. That's... okay. That might work. maybe?
He's more concerned about the Jaeger light
Jaeger
infantry.
I suppose,
And again,
so.
the Puma isn't going to be doing a huge amount.
Yeah, I guess you can still put pressure on with the 18 aids.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
If the
Seems an odd
conscripts
choice.
are either in a garrison or behind heavy cover, the Puma won't do much. The Puma's anti-infantry damage, it's okay, so long as units are out in the open. If
Yeah.
they're behind cover in garrisons, it's
As you see here,
it's not great.
It's more health shred than anything else. So
Yeah,
not consistently dropping models or
but
anything.
he will need a Ziskan at some stage,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, really wants a way to deal with the Jaeger light infantry now.
That's a nade coming
Nade.
through. Oh, he's going to wipe that squad, maybe. No, not
Ooh,
quite.
that's
Good
alright.
dodge. The reason why I said that was because, yeah, it was 5 conscripts, but they were on half health. And it's very easy to get wiped by the nades when your squads are so low on health. So, the Shock, sorry, are closing in. And the Puma's going to be able to push them out of cover. Doesn't actually have the crush, so it can't do damage, but it can push them out of the cover, allowing the Volks to really shine. And that's going to be another nade from the conscripts.
Yeah, but the positioning there was really nice with the Puma. It actually blocked off the retreat path
Yeah.
of those shocks. Got another model wipe there, and that's going to be a lot of manpower being spent by Multi. But he's not stopping anytime soon. He's going to keep forcing his way up here. Double NG Flame is working out for him. Did they throw another nade, those cons?
It's available,
did.
but he's being blocked on his own engineers, so not very well microed. Still, if he can get it though, he actually may even kill it. It's pretty low, taking a lot of damage from the small arms. It lands,
Oh,
and
can
it
he get
barely
it?
survives. One more small arm penetration will secure the kill. It's
Nice
all
smoke.
about the penetration when it comes to those light vehicles.
It's going to get out of there. It will actually survive this one.
Wow.
Very close. Joe's playing pretty ballsy with that Puma.
Oh, he is. You got to bear in mind that the conscripts are getting some pretty good veterancy from those AT grenades. But look at the map. Jove's really applying the pressure because Multi's been committing so hard at shoving out this Puma, and it's just allowed Jove to really capitalize on it.
Flight outs as we go. Yeah, so the shocks, I mean, they gave a bit of frontline shielding, I suppose, more than anything else, but the Puma did catch them in the open, as you were saying, and there were a few model drops coming out there, so probably wasn't as effective as Multi liked. He did kind of force that engagement there. Really did just kind of run at the Puma and just hope for the best.
Look at Jove. He's going for his battle group headquarters rather than going for the Panzer headquarters. So I think the reason why he's doing that is because he already has the Jaeger light. So he doesn't need Obersoldaten as much as normal. And he already has the Puma, so he doesn't really need a Panzer II. So I think what we might see from this is actually a fast Stuka. And then he'll rely on the Puma and the Shreks for the AT, the Jaeger Light for the anti-infantry, and the Stuka's going to really prevent any use of support weapons and just destroy those garrisons in the blobs.
Definitely has the munis for it as well. On about 180 float at the moment. Multi continues to burn through his. No tech for him. He's going for the Zis gun now, so probably just going to go straight into those IS-2s from the looks of things.
Yeah, it's a good map for an IS-2.
Definitely.
The
Yeah,
shocks
the
are
shocks
very...
going to be great in that kind of engagement, so extremely effective.
Water being forced away. No mines or conscripts to speak of defending it, but there are the mine sweepers on the Stim Pioneers, so even if there were mines, they would have been revealed.
Good time for Jove to go for them as well. I mean, he must have known that Multi has been burning through a lot of munitions, and it would take a while before he had enough to actually throw down a multitude of mines. Going for minesweeper now is probably a good idea, because he's going a little bit more aggressive with that Puma.
Yeah, I think once he saw the double flamer, it really meant that there wasn't going to be that many mines. Also, I would love to see Jove go for some shoe mines, as he has a lot of munitions, but not only that, the fact that there's double flamers. So if Multi wants to actually clear those, he's going to have to invest in a third engineer squad, which isn't exactly ideal.
You really don't want to do that. Not until a little bit later when you have a couple of IS-2s out on the field, so getting them this early is, you know, pretty big investment. That church is not having a fun day.
Yeah, no, this church is actually taking a bit of a battering from these two squads, and from the Puma.
Short of that, nothing too interesting coming out here. Raketenwerfer out for Jove. Oh, is that a... No, that's an infantry support gun, actually. Yeah, I was just saying. Okay.
Nice
cool.
sandbags.
Nice sandbags as well. Preemptive ones. Gonna give it a little bit more safety when it comes to squads actually assaulting it.
Here's
a
this gun.
more time to get away. Here's this gun. It's facing up.
It needs conscripts nearby for the AT grenade. Shocks
Puma's
and
digging
engineers,
it.
they can't really help much. And again, the shocks just don't do the damage because the Puma is pushing them. So going for the shocks Yeah, it's really not paying off that well as the Zis does fire. Mortar almost wiping that squad, but here come the conscripts with their anti-tank grenades. The Zis is blocking off their retreat path. It missed its shot though.
Wow.
But even then, it does need 3 shells to actually take out the Puma. Missed again.
2 misses. That's really unfortunate for Multi, actually. Had already gotten the first one.
Yeah, one of
happy about that.
the reasons why Zis guns are hard to use against Pumas is because it literally takes 3 shots. Same with the Panzer IIs. And given the low attack speed and their likelihood to bounce, it can be pretty bad. That's the infiltration tactics, but Multi, he does evacuate that one straight away. As you can see, they just destroy garrisons.
Incredible amount of damage coming out there. So infantry support gun's going to be nice.
Yeah.
One
thing to mention, neither player has actually lost a squad. So that's pretty impressive. Good unit preservation, as we do see a con squad almost get annihilated by the infantry support gun.
We do always love seeing that. So the infantry support gun will mean that you can't really play a static game with that Zis. You can't just use it defensively around the church. It's just going to get focused out. Those combat engineers are probably going to be able to deal with it. Here's the infiltration nades, though.
But will they dodge it? Those nades are powerful. He actually retreated. He could dodge that easily, and he could have won that engagement. So, regardless, we do have the Jagdpanzer IV coming out of Jove. And I think that's very smart, because he knows that there's obviously not going to be a tier 3. And Volkstrex, they're not amazing against the IS-2s. They're pretty good, but it's the fact that the IS-2 has the potential to wipe the Volks. Where the Jagdpanzer IV, it has the range advantage, so it can just outrange and poke the IS-2. It can be a bit hard to use it on Samoski because of all the choke points and the garrisons and the shot blockers. And that's going to be a squad wipe there. Again, the infiltration tactics are just really, really good at wiping those garrisons for a measly 10 munitions. But for 25 munitions, the AT grenade will land, and that's going to be the destroyed engine critical in front of the Zis gun. That Puma's looking dead to me, but it's almost outside of the max range.
Oh, that's not quite far enough, though.
Yeah, didn't actually use the smoke either, so that's a huge victory for Multi. But just as he's able to secure the kill, the Jagdpanzer IV shows its face, or is about to. So, unlucky for Jove, it was the damage destroyed engine crit. But that Puma, I think, actually did pay off. It may not seem like it, because it's not like, oh my god, it has so many kills, but these shocks have been worthless.
Yeah,
Not only have they been worthless because of the Puma pushing them, it's also been bleeding a fair bit of manpower. And that point is booby traps, so that will detonate. No minesweepers to reveal it. Now, fortunately for Multi, it looks like the NGs may detonate it. If the whole blob walks over it, it'll do even more damage.
Yeah. I gotta see that, man.
Yeah,
I gotta see that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
That could be pretty bad. It was okay.
Was that it? Yeah.
There's only one con and one shot.
shot.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge amount. Got to be careful of the... Oh, he nades the infantry support gun.
Wow,
That's a clever one.
it.
He may wipe it. He does get it. He can capture that with his
And
conscripts.
the molly. What's Jove doing?
I don't know. Is he microing his Jagdpanzer IV?
He must be. We haven't seen him miss a nade dodge the whole game.
So he needs to cap this. And, oh, that's going to be the howitzer barrage. And a KV-8.
Wow.
So... It's kind of a bad way to throw away that much munitions, but what it will achieve is it means that Multi is not going to be able to steal that infantry support gun. So, expensive, but it definitely has paid itself off. So, yeah. That being said, the KV-8 can swap to its secondary gun and just destroy the infantry support gun.
Which it should.
Yeah, and...
Well, he might even get the cap. The howitzer barrage has stopped, and he's got 2 conscripts moving in with
he needs to cap this straight away.
No, he should go for it.
And also, bear in mind, too late.
Too late.
He can use the smoke grenade. So this Jagdpanzer IV, it's got the ideal matchup against this KV-8. I really hope Multi, he didn't buy the KV-8 after the Jagdpanzer showed up. Yeah. He's gonna lose his... Okay, nice. He almost got the cap, in which case he would have lost that. KV-8 not quite going to be doing any damage to the Volks. Neither will it be doing damage to the Jagdpanzer IV.
Jagdpanzer IV don't care.
Where's this? It's up here.
Okay, so he's trying to bait it into it, but he hasn't swapped guns. He should swap guns as well.
Well, it means he's forcing off, and the Jagdpanzer IV, it's getting within range of the AT grenade. If I can criticize Jove.
Oh, it didn't penetrate.
It really needs to be preventing his...
He's leaving it there.
Yeah, as the second squad of conscript moves up, the Zis may wipe this one. Oh, it didn't quite get within range for the secondary.
Oh,
main gun destroyed. Jove, you are a lucky man.
So lucky.
Because that Jagdpanzer IV could have been destroyed, and if that one was dead, the KV-8 would have had free reign. I guess the RNG gods are merciful.
They are so merciful, man.
Because
I mean, this is what the General Gentlemen refer to as eating a kebab syndrome. So
no, I mean,
yeah.
because the Puma got hit by the destroyed engine critical,
crit, yeah.
and it probably would have survived if it was only a regular damage engine. So in exchange, the Jagdpanzer IV survives,
with the main gun destroyed,
which is a huge blow. But at the same time, here is the IS-2. And we do finally see Shreks coming out, but only one of them. So we're going to need more Shreks than that for Jove.
So yeah, as I was mentioning, kind of weird play from Jove. All of a sudden, you know, he's letting... Wow.
That missed the Volks.
Yeah, no,
he
nice
needs
shot,
to wipe
though.
his infantry support gun. He doesn't have the Dushka yet. A little bit late with the upgrade. He probably could have had it by now if he actually got the upgrade straight away.
He's not going for it.
He's not going for it. Let's look at his vision. Maybe he
didn't see it.
Maybe he was worried the Jagdpanzer IV was there and like shoe mines. It was a risky play to make. So it's a shame he didn't go for it, but I can understand the hesitation. You don't want to lose the game by driving over a shoe mine in front of a Jagdpanzer IV.
Definitely not what you want to do. And that Jagdpanzer IV will penetrate the IS-2 pretty consistently, so
yeah,
has a pretty fun time.
The IS-2 can just to kill it incredibly quickly, but again, it's the range advantage.
Yeah.
And if you do hit a shoe mine, then you can't really close the gap. But it's going to be the KV-8 and the IS-2, so a lot of tanks. And Jove can actually afford his Stuka, so I think we'll see that. But he may also just go for a second Jagdpanzer IV, depending on how much of a problem this IS-2 and the KV-8 is. So I actually quite like this playstyle. I do love seeing the non-standard like Obers, Panzer II, Panther. Like that's kind of just really boring. So I think maybe being a bit too harsh on Jove earlier in the broadcast. Yeah. He seems to be playing this one, you know, pretty well.
Pretty cool, yeah, pretty cool guy from the looks of things here. So, Shocks, what? Nice name. That's alright.
Oh, Ostwind, in fact.
Here we go. I love you, Joe. This is so different.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I would have preferred a Stuka, but like Ostwind is going to be very effective against the conscripts and the Shocks especially.
So this is different from both of our players. I mean, regularly you see our Soviet go for double IS-2 at this point. Mod is like, hell no, man, I want a KV and an IS-2. It's really ballsy because it means you won't have enough fuel for another IS-2 for a while. Yeah. Quite a while. The issue with that is you can often be, going for two IS-2s, you can often be pop capped. The KV-8 is considerably less pop capped than the IS-2 is. It's almost half the pop cap, so it's pretty easy for you to preserve squads at the same time as going for a KV-8 and an IS-2, so that's cool. Yeah,
so the question here for Jove is, how effective is his Ostwind placement going to be? He has to avoid the IS-2 because it's just going to be getting free veterancy, and we do see two Shreks. The KV-8 looking for the wipe, won't quite find it, but it will force away those Shreks. Still the IS-2, I think it really should be going deep. Oh, the Jagdpanzer, sorry, the Raketenwerfer. And the rear armor exposed. Multi, you gotta be careful, man. The KV-8s.
You can't really get past that.
Oh, what? But will this be the wipe from the IS-2? One more shot will wipe the Jagdpanzer IV. I think Multi didn't quite realize that the Raketenwerfer was there. And the KV-8s have really good frontal armor, but if their rear armor is exposed, they do drop pretty quickly, so that's a massive blow for Multi.
And a really well-timed Raketenwerfer coming in for Jove.
So I think Jove has this now. With the momentum lost, it's hard to compete with a late-game OKW. And now there's going to be vetted Shreks coming online, vetted Jaeger, which are going to be trading incredibly effectively with the conscripts.
Especially with the late prospect of that second IS-2 actually coming in. Only on 107 fuel for Multi, which definitely gives Jove a fair bit of breathing room to take control of the map, get the VPs back, start really making some impact. Hopefully using that Ostwind really well as well. Has that bet to is this gun though? So if you can get the IS-2 repair, that'd be nice.
Oh man, this Ostwind's going to be really denying the conscript play coming out of Multi. AT grenade connects. Consistently penetrates an Ostwind. They don't have very good armor. Will the IS-2 go in for the kill? It's a bit risky as it is only at half HP. We do have a squad wipe. One of the conscripts was taken out. Shocks are very close, going to be doing a lot of damage.
IS-2's auto-focusing the wrong units here. Going for the Ostwind now, but the Raketenwerfer must be facing up.
Yeah, but will it penetrate enough? Backing away. I mean, the IS-2 play has been consistently safe. That's one thing to really describe about Multi's playstyle. He isn't going for these risky plays of the IS-2. And that may, in the end, be the end of him. Again, he didn't get the Jagdpanzer IV, And I think you kind of have to go for those risks because you just can't compete with the late game OKW. The other hard thing for Multi is he doesn't really know what to prepare for. Because there's two options here for Jove. There's going to be a Stuka or a King Tiger. A King Tiger is going to take a lot longer, obviously. But
when down to 50 fuel, has he actually gone for his tier building?
No.
No, not yet. Okay,
No.
cool. Just checking.
Yeah, it'll take a while. He does have the fuel transfer at least if he wants to. Hasn't used it yet. He wants to be keeping enough of a munitions float, it seems. But anyway, so with the Stuka, you don't know if it's coming, and when you're versing a Stuka, you cannot build support weapons. Support weapons just get wiped. You cannot use this gun's mortars, maxims. They're just free deaths well, rather free kills for the Stuka. Whereas if you're going to be versing a King Tiger, you got to have lots of Zis guns preemptively.
Definitely.
And it's very hard to anticipate what's coming and get the correct response beforehand. The only real thing that's going to be good against both of those is a second IS-2, which is what we're going to see, but it can be hard to use the double IS-2 against a vetted Jagdpanzer 4, a lot of Voltrex, a lot of Raketenwerfer, and with all the sort of the choke points, and with the large unit size of the IS-2, they can often get kind of caught in each other, and you can't really be as mobile and catch things out of position.
Hard to micro on a map like Zamoski.
Yeah. Whereas if this was Lunger's Kaya, for example, very open map, it'd be a fair bit easier. Is that an artillery strike? No, that's just a mortar.
Sure, no, I think it's just the mortar firing at it, so...
It has hit Vet 2.
It has, yes.
Vet 2 is a massive bonus. Tell me about this Vet 2 bonus, Blake.
Tell you about the Vet 2 bonus on the Soviet mortar. Well, I'm pretty sure it gets increased range. No?
Blake, you have failed me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Blake.
My apologies.
I'm disappointed, but is the
Really?
Ostwind disappointed? I don't think so, because he's going to be wiping this Zis. And we do have another conscript squad wipe down. The Zis is going to get decrewed. The Ostwind actually backing away because of the IS-2 moving in. Jagdpanzer 4, really great damage against it, though.
Took another shot at the Ostwind there, actually missed.
And a second Zis, so that's why he backed away. So that was a smart play.
And there's a move that... Oh, the Jagdpanzer 4, it's shooting out of the building.
Missed microed, and now he's getting caught, but there's so much missing from the Zis gun and from the IS-2 as well. It's just consistently missing.
That's really unfortunate for Multi. He's not having the best of luck here.
Yeah.
In terms of just hitting, let alone penetrating.
He's in a really rough spot because he's lost 2 conscripts. All he has is a single Vet 3 squad, and he's vetted Shocks, but there's, again, vetted Volks, vetted Jaeger Light, which veterancy better, as well as just being better than conscripts because, you know, they have better guns and stuff. Yeah, so the mortar, no matter what mortar it is, Vet 2 is accuracy and rate of fire.
Oh, okay.
Both of those things combined is huge.
Yeah. Is it Vet 3 in the Soviet mortar gives it increased range?
Vet 3 on any mortar.
Okay, on any mortar.
Whether it be the 120 mil, whether it be the Wehrmacht 37, whatever it's called, it's extra range of Vet 3.
Oh, okay.
And that allows for a lot more safe positioning. Multi not hesitating at all to call in his second IS-2. So what the Vet 2 means for a mortar, it's going to be hitting a lot more accurately, and it's going to be having more rate of fire. So its damage increases hugely, significantly. Vetted mortars really can win games, because if you can wipe these vetted squads, it's huge. But the Stuka is being built... So I think there's a bit of a window now where there's 2 IS-2s, and
Jove doesn't know there's 2 IS-2s.
Yeah, Jove, he won't quite be prepared for it. So
if he sees this second one, he might cancel that Stuka in time.
Too late though. Oh, look at these shocks!
Whoa!
The Ostwind, will it chase them? Well, I think he wants to, but here comes the IS-2 once again. It misses the mark, and the Ostwind gets the wipe. The IS-2 blocking it, but it gets the kill, and that's the Blitzkrieg. Just as the Ostwind looks like he was going to get caught out of position. Just kidding. Axis has the Blitzkrieg button. Free escape. But the Vox don't quite have the free escape, but they will retreat. And not quite going to be getting the wipe. But still, this Vox squad's going to be in a rough spot. I think he's actually going for the long retreat to try and catch them out of position. Yeah.
Yeah, smart move.
Man, Multi has to make the plays with these IS-2s because he has no infantry, and with these support weapons, they're just gonna die to the Stuka.
Yeah. Even if Multi lost Sorry, even if Jove lost that Oswin, it would have been worth it to wipe that last vetted infantry squad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
for
so
sure. But look at the
huge.
grouping. He may lose. Yeah, not quite. The IS-2's going to be missing consistently. Once again, IS-2's just having a bad game, honestly. But they can kill the Jagdpanzer IV very
They go
quickly
all in.
if they go all in, but this penetration is consistent and it's on the road, so it's backing away very fast. The IS-2's just not really moving very effectively. Wilkes had the rear armor if the IS-2 went for the kill. Oh, crew shot! That's some RNG coming out. Will this secure the kill? It has its side armor face, so it may be the block from the IS-2. Can't quite get there in time. And again, the Rakenwerfer is ready and waiting. A very defensively placed one. I do quite like that. It prevents the all-in, but the Sturmpires may get taken out by the Dushka, if nothing else.
And those Volts are still on the side there, and there's something the IS-2s, I think, from going all in. There's just so much supporting AT here on the side.
Oh!
Of ouch!
Wow.
Maybe not anymore.
That was a desperately needed wipe.
Yeah, he needed that.
Kind of surprising because it wasn't a very clumped up squad either. It was a pretty average spacing.
And it was a 5-man squad.
Yeah, it was a 5-man squad. Still, that squad wipe may have put Multi back into the game.
Could have.
So one other issue here is Multi really
engineers.
needs more engineers. That being said, these engineers are Vet 2, so they will be actually repairing faster than normal. One of the advantages. Oh, this is a bad Ostwind play. Doubles this and the water, but just kidding because Blitzkrieg!
Don't you love that it's in the game?
Doesn't matter
Nah.
if I get caught by 2 Zis guns
I
in
got a
front.
Stuka. Oh, that's a double wipe. It's undodgeable.
Now,
Yeah,
if people wonder
Those
why
weapons.
we are Allied fanboys, that's why.
that's why.
Because you can literally drive in front of 2 AT guns, in front of a river, and then just press Blitzkrieg.
Did you say he was pretty much out of range by the time this is reloaded? He was pretty much out of range.
They fired one shot, and it was already out of range.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Stukas, yeah, it's just unfortunate the Multi has that many support weapons. And it's not that they're OP, it's just that you can't really dodge them with support weapons. So,
No,
yeah.
the Stuka does a very specific purpose, and it does it well.
Yeah.
It's a big investment, but given how potent the Volksshreks are, you don't need to invest all of your fuel into AT, which opens up your fuel for the luxury Stuka. Whereas on the side of US and Soviets, you don't really have any free fuel that you can build anti-infantry vehicles on. You have to spend it all on IS-2s or Jacksons or AT for tanks at least. So that's why, like, you can see an early Katusha in a 1v1, but you won't really ever see like a late game Katusha unless it's a team game. In 1v1, you can't afford that fuel. You need that fuel in AT.
Definitely.
Because you just have no infantry-based AT. There's no way of countering tanks with munitions. It's all about the fuel.
It is at that. And it was really nice from Jove. He so saved that. He saved that Stuka. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the double support gun,
Yeah,
man.
and
I
he
know
got it.
you're going to have it. And he waited for it, and he got it as well. So it was really nicely played, saving the Stuka barrage. So he saw the double Zis, and he's like, yeah, that's what I'm going for. Set it up with the Ostwind, because the Zis and the Mortar have been playing really close together, and that was probably what he's looking for. He got 2 Zis's instead. He's like, yeah, that'll do. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, so one of those Zis guns was destroyed by, I assume, the Jagdpanzer IV.
Yeah.
The other one was actually salvaged. Well, okay, when I say salvage, I don't mean the ability salvage, I mean the definition of the word salvage. It was recrewed and reused, but look at this play, a deep move from Multi. He's going balls deep, and I think, quite frankly, he really has to at this stage. In the Jagdpanzer IV, it's duking out on the point. Can he get the kill? He needs this one badly. He's on the road. The micro isn't that great, but the stun crew comes out. And the other IS-2 moving in. The Stuka takes a shot from the IS-2. And the other one, it may fall here, but the IS-2 is going balls deep. There's so many Volks, but the Incendiary is actually chunking them down. He may lose the Vet 5 squad. The IS-2 survives. Meanwhile, what's happening with the base?
He's actually getting a repair. The repair crew is actually going out here. The Stuka can still survive one more shot. The Jagdpanzer IV is trying to get out of here. The IS-2 turret's reducing the wrong way.
It's missing.
Misses again.
Man,
get out.
the Jagdpanzer IV is going to get on the
Can it get
road.
out?
It's going to get on the road for the increased movement speed, but the IS-2 gets it, and that is the play that Multi has needed so desperately.
Good play, Multi.
Did he wipe any squads?
A 1. I think he got a Vol
The
squad.
Jaeger, no, I think it was a
No,
Jaeger Light.
squad. Yeah, Jaeger squad.
Well, all of a sudden, Multi, out of nowhere, had that balls deep play. I think it was just like, no, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
I can't play conservatively against the Stuka. He went for the play and
Oh,
what?
damn, that Oswin's in trouble.
He may secure this Osvind as well. The IS-2 is pretty low, but it's Vet 2 giving it extra range, so it's going to be more effective at chasing down those tanks and those squads. Incendiary comes through. The IS-2, it really should go into this. I don't know why it's sitting around. It doesn't have a lot of health, but it has enough armor where it can deflect.
I think he just doesn't want to lose it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's wasted his last Incendy, though. Multi has just then.
Yeah.
Probably should have saved it for another all-in, because that can be really nice, using the IS-2s and then using the Incendy to force off supporting AT.
I think that's why the play worked so well, is because there was a lot of Volks for defense, but
Yeah.
just Incendiary.
He needed it. Yeah, he needed that.
The Volks didn't really do that much, and yeah, and this is a choke point that's it's hard to maneuver around. As we saw the Jagdpanzer 4, it kind of derped around and juked and hit the wall and stuff. It's hard to micro through this small choke point, especially with how much units were actually there for Jove. So it was a nice opportunity and a nice angle, and look at this increased range. The Vet 2 and the IS-2 gives him the extra range, and it allows the IS-2 to really start sniping. But he's got to be careful. There's 3 Shreks, or rather 2 Shreks.
And the Rekenberg is facing up. He's still attack grounding.
Yeah, the Stuka comes through. Is he going for the Zis?
Must be.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for the mortar.
He didn't actually get it, and he didn't even move. It just wasn't very aimed. Wasn't aimed very well.
It's not worth trying to dodge with support weapons.
He gets the wipe.
Gets 1 wipe. Can he get the second?
Double
Oh, grab the
Shrek. That was a bad play from Jove. He wanted to try and kill it, but he ended up getting pretty grouped, and you can't risk those plays when the IS-2s have that much armor. But look at the fuel. Jove probably going to be going for Jagdpanzer 4. He doesn't have his battle group headquarters, so Panther isn't an option, and a King Tiger will just take way too long at this stage. It'll take him 20 minutes to get a King Tiger. He needs that Jagdpanzer, otherwise he doesn't really have any way of warding off these IS-2s. So I think one of the issues that I can really criticize about Jove, no shoe mines.
No shoe mines.
Especially when you're playing that defensively, and Semoski has so much choke points. You can just put a shoe mine here, you put one here, here, and we haven't seen any minesweepers. There's been a lot of flamers. I think shoe mines would have been a very good response. And again, look at the munitions. There's so much for Jove. And he already has all of these Shreks. Yeah, that would have helped. But 3 Rekenwerfers. He's not messing around. He wants to have enough AT to deal with those IS-2s. The Osvin going incredibly deep. You may find it.
Yeah, I think you'll get it.
I mean, it was only a Vet 0 Construct squad, so it would have been a huge deal. But it's always nice to do that if you can get the Y. But look at this. It's actually allowing the IS-2s to cut off the retreat path. Bear in mind.
You should go for this.
That little, I don't know what it's called. It's not a bridge, but it's a choke point. We'll just call it a choke point. That choke point is the only route of getting back into the base. And if the IS-2s are blocking that off, did he get the AT grenade onto the Stuka?
No way!
What? That's the Jagdpanzer 4. But he can get the Ostwind. The Jagdpanzer 4, it's great against IS-2s, but its DPS compared to the overall health and armor of the IS-2 is not very high. So it will take quite some time.
Oh, he gets juked.
The other IS-2 is moving up. This is dead Ostwind.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, the Jagdpanzer 4's actually trying to move in to save it.
Yeah, I think he should just kill the Ostwind and drive away.
Yeah, that'll do.
But the IS-2 micro is actually pretty sloppy. It may allow the Ostwind to back away. Rear armor, and here come the Rekenwerfer blob. And the Volk blob as well. Nice juking behind the garrison. The IS-2s can't really fire.
IS-2's still in Rekenwerfer range.
Oh man, he's actually going for the Volk. This is... yeah, not good play from Multi. He could have definitely sniped that one down. Look how low the Jagdpanzer 4. One more shot will take it out.
3 things just bounced off that IS-2. That armor, man.
The armor's huge. He doesn't lose an IS-2. And not really a surprise, but it will take a while to repair them. They have a lot of health. That's going to be another Incendiary. But it does give a fair bit of grace now for Jove as the Incendiary is down. That's the Stuka coming through. Where's Stuka going? Tell me.
I think onto the Zis, where the Zis
was.
Just
kidding.
That's why you can't dodge with the
you just can't build support weapons. And when conscripts are so trash in the late game, it's hard, man. It's all about the vehicle snipes and the vehicle wipes. That wasn't intentional.
You speak the truth, Mr. Machine. You speak the truth. The Vols speak the damages, though, and they will be moving on these Jaeger light infantry. Still looking for VP control, because this has been an incredibly close VP game. 294 for multi, 225 here for Jove.
Oh, dude, that IS2 is going to be Vet 3 soon.
Oh, that's going to be nuts.
So, increased rate of fire, increased mobility. And that's going to be so good against the Jagdpanzer 4. The mobility means that it can chase those units down, but look at the IS2! What?
Whoa! Everything just penetrated. All those Shreks, all those Raketenwerfer shots, he just loses it.
Yeah, everything penetrated.
Multi.
And also, the Raketenwerfers, they have more range than what the Volk Shreks do. So, it can be harder to judge how safe you can be. And that Vet 3 IS2
mistake.
probably would have won him the game, but now it's dead. And Mulkey's in a rough spot, but that being said, look at his fuel. He can afford a second IS2, but he's lost his veterancy.
Yeah, that thing doesn't come in at Vet 3, Mr. Machine.
Yeah, but look at this other IS2. It's almost Vet 2.
Yeah.
And Vet 2 is more important than the Vet 3, because it just allows you to play so more aggressively, but at the same time safely. Because of the extra range, you can outrange the Volks and try and snipe them down.
I just don't think Moldy was expecting that all in.
No, and yeah, the penetration was very high, and we've seen pretty good deflection beforehand. And that's the thing is with the penetration mechanic is you don't really know how reliable it's going to be, so you have to play pretty cautiously with it.
It made him kind of, I think, complacent. He's just like, man, everything's bouncing on this
Yeah,
IS2, it's
yeah.
so good. I'll have time to back it away. It's like, and then just everything penetrated. I think it was like 2 Shreks and then like 3 Raketenwerfer shots in a row penetrated.
Yeah.
It was everything. So.
Maybe Raketenwerfers actually have more penetration than the Volk Shreks.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do. I'd have to look that up.
What do they get at Vet 1? Is there anything important?
No, I don't think penetration...
Is it like some stealth thing, isn't it? Or,
Camouflage,
yeah, camouflage, isn't it?
rate of
yeah.
fire, targeting... okay, Vet 3 is penetration, but nothing was actually Vet 3 anyway.
No,
so
no.
I think it was just good RNG, but at the same time, there was like 6 things, so... You kind of hope that some of them would bounce, or sorry, some of them would penetrate. This Vet 2 Ostwind's doing very well, 28 kills. I'm surprised it stayed alive as long as it has, given the Ostwind
Come close to dying several times.
counter.
2 IS2s on the field now.
Yeah, there's so much IS2s, and it really can be hard to use them against those IS2s, but the Vet 2 now has hit the field. And as I sort of mentioned earlier, the Ostwind has been feeding so much veterancy to these IS2s.
Yeah, definitely.
But this is a risky play to make with so many Shreks, Jagdpanzer, and the Raketenwerfers are moving up
Shocks
as well.
are closing.
Yeah, the Shock's going to be great against the Volks, but there's just so much AT. No shortage of AT.
Such a good play from Jove. It's like, I'll have 3 Raketenwerfers, please. That was the way to do it.
Yeah, and you just don't see that many Raketenwerfers
No.
from OKW. People, they just say they're trash, and they can be definitely less potent than the other AT guns, and they get wiped pretty easily, but they do what they do well.
Yeah,
They-
that's exactly right.
Have the range advantage, so they're more safe against, say, IS2s. And it's not like IS2s can really be that aggressive. I think Raketenwerfers can get wiped very easily by medium vehicles, because the crew doesn't have much health. So if you have like a Sherman or even a T-34, especially a tank with a machine gun on the top, you can just drive very close and the machine guns just shred them. But with the IS2s, you don't really have that mobility. You can't really go for those as aggressive plays just to wipe a Raketenwerfer, especially with the grouping of Jove. So the Raketenwerfers have been surviving. We haven't seen one wiped, maybe one of them to an incendiary, but no IS2 wipes at least.
Yeah, and you have no real turret rotation. So, I mean, you're going to get one shot off of the Raketenwerfer, and after that's all in up to the machine gun to actually get something down. Whereas, yeah, of course, those medium vehicles are going to have the main gun as well as those top-mounted. So, all the AT's facing up and ready. As we can see the arcs now, thanks to the machine. They're ready to go. The IS2's got to be careful here.
Yeah, at this stage, it might be worth going for the base. But to do that, you have to have a minesweeper. You can't just, I'll just drive into his base. You know, you got to sweep the path. You got to have a minesweeper go all the way up here, and it means that he'll avoid the Raketenwerfers and the Shreks, and he can get the snipe on the Stuka. It only takes 2 shots to get the Stuka. But it's a risky play to make. But I think at this stage, there's just too much AT. And they're all vetted. The IS2s, unless there's just ridiculous RNG for the squad wipes, I don't really know what Multi can do at this stage.
Yeah. Losing that IS2 was pretty crucial. That was a pretty big blow.
Yeah, that was huge.
Because it means it's harder for him to go aggressive as well. He doesn't... Like, he's almost got another IS2 he can call in, but at that stage he could have gone all in and then had another IS-2, and then another IS-2 later and later and later, but another booby trap coming out there. I agree. Those IS-2s going deep, I mean, it worked for him once, can definitely work again, and if those Raketenwerfers are actually forced to retreat, they're not in a very good spot.
Yeah.
They retreat, and then they kind of set up, and then they start taking damage from the IS-2s, and you can juke the arcs easier. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that is bad when it comes to retreating those Raketenwerfers. You don't want them clumped, and definitely you don't want them clumped against an IS-2, so
Stuka.
that could definitely work. Here's the Stuka.
What I actually would like would be a Katusha. Because...
Goodbye, Mortar.
Yeah. Like, because... Oh, wow. See, you can't use support weapons, but you have to use support weapons to counter blobs, but you can't do that with Stuka, but you can do that with the Katusha. And I was saying earlier that as allies, you often don't have the fuel to be able to go for that anti-infantry, the luxury vehicles, but the issue isn't fuel, it's pop cap. 88 pop cap, 220 fuel. He actually can almost afford another IS-2. And...
So his choices are go tier 4 Katusha or go balls deep with those IS-2s, I think.
Yeah,
so,
and the balls deep, it probably wouldn't work. Like, even if he wipes the Stuka, it's not like Jove doesn't have his own float of fuel.
Yeah, he's got a heap of it.
With this much Volks blobbing and the Raketenwerfer blobbing, Katusha's would actually be very, very powerful. And, again, the fuel isn't an option. What limiting multi is his pop cap. Because he's basically pop cap, 95 pop cap. And he's rebuilding his disc gun. I don't like that play at all, but he's going for the balls deep play, and the IS-2 is getting absolutely annihilated. He probably should be fine, but he has the rear armor exposed.
Oh, one goes down.
That was just bad play. The rear armor for far too long, but the IS-2 doesn't really have any wipes. The incendiary may get the Volks, not quite. It backs away, and the Volks with the Shreks and the Raketenwerfer are really bringing the power against this IS-2. It can't have the impact. The Volks are actually getting shredded by the Flamers. They're coming a real powerhouse.
Here's the Ostwind.
Yeah, and the 105mm howitzer barrage is going to be forcing the split up. The conscripts to move forward, but the Ostwind ready and waiting. The howitzer gets a wipe. Perfectly placed artillery there. AT grenade lands. The Zist will probably get the Ostwind.
Yeah.
But a nade may be deadly from those Volks.
No, this is moving. Should be okay. Infiltration nades. Well, doesn't quite. No good. So that house was really well done.
That was good.
It was sneaky as well because the red smoke was actually popped inside the church. It's a lot harder to see. I missed it at first.
Oh, I didn't.
Multi, yeah, but yeah, we're looking for it as well. The red smoke kind of just popped up inside the church. It's very sneaky of Jove putting it there. I think that was on purpose. Kind of like trying to like, oh man, the church is on fire. Best be careful.
Yeah, I think this game's over.
It is.
Losing that, I mean, he can rebuild it, but again, the veterancy is the issue. Yeah,
Jove has everything.
He lost some squads. The veterancy's down. It wasn't really a smart play, but it was a desperate play. There wasn't really many options, and then the rear armor was there. That IS-2 probably would have backed away safely, but the rear armor was there for quite some time. Yeah,
the Incendiary was a tiny bit late. Multi was looking for the best possible one, and it got to the point where the Volks just got too many shots off. Given it was Vet 0, you don't have that armor bonus, you don't have that Vet 2 bonus. Didn't end up working. See, he could have gone for the base, and I think that might have been the better move rather than running in where he knows all the AT is set up. He knew it was there. Multi just knew it was there. All the Raketenwerfers were there, all the Volks were there. Go for the base and save your Incendy. Wait for the Raketenwerfers to either move or retreat and then use the Incendy. Yeah. Because you had that available, and Incendies are so deadly when it comes to... Incendies are really deadly when it comes to retreating units because you can put it down preemptively, you can't dodge it, and it's just gonna kill stuff, man. Surveyor Panzer headquarters going down on that bottom, covering the VP as well.
Clever.
So, yeah, clever.
Also,
Jove has a fuel float.
Yeah, he's floating enough fuel that he might as well just go for the King Tiger. Though he isn't actually going for the fuel conversion, but I think that's because he really wants the howitzer strikes. And I must say, the howitzers have actually been pretty effective.
Definitely.
It's so common that we just see completely worthless artilleries. The artilleries from Jove have always been for a reason. At first, it prevented the infantry support gun steal. It allowed him to recapture it. Secondly, it zoned away the conscripts and got a wipe in the end. So they've actually been really paying themselves off.
Definitely. Not throwing them away by any means.
Yeah.
IS-2 is getting poked down hard, man.
And it's not like he really needs the King Tiger at this stage. But again, I think, as I said earlier, if Multi went for a faster Katusha, that would have put him in a good spot. Because it would have prevented the blobbing, and it could have got some wipes. Because if you can't blob with the Volks, you don't really have the critical mass to deal with the IS-2s. And then, again, you can just snipe the Raketenwerfers. It would have been a good pickup. Again, the only issue is the fuel investment. It's like 240 fuel, which wouldn't have been an issue if Multi didn't keep losing these IS-2s. But anyway, I think that's my analysis wrapped up.
Pretty good. There's 2 IS-2s on the field. That's my analysis wrapped up machine. All good.
Yeah.
And that Austin's Vet 3, man.
I think he shouldn't be rebuilding these Zis guns. He keeps rebuilding them and they just keep getting wiped. It's just a waste of manpower. And really the problem isn't the IS-2 and the problem isn't the Ostwind and the Jagdpanzer IV. The problem is just this many Vet 5 Volkshreks, which Zis guns obviously aren't going to be helping you against. It does give him the range advantage, but I don't know. I think the reason why...
Is that a shoe mine? I think there's a shoe mine.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, nice.
The reason why Multi is losing these is just because there's just too many Shreks and too many Raketenwerfers. As we do see.
Yeah. Too much stuff to deal with, and that's Vet 3 now.
There we go. Vet 3 IS-2. This is going to be pretty potent. Let's see how effective it is. I think it's going to be a little bit too late, though. As the Ostwind... Did it detonate a mine, or did he just get a rear armor?
2, I'm not sure. I saw the engine critical happen, but I wasn't sure why it happened.
Yeah.
So.
If you do actually hit a rear armor shot, there is a chance for the damage engine on just regular explosives.
Shots, yeah.
And right now, this is a play where it could go balls deep. Again, there's the road, so the IS-2 is going to be faster than normal, especially the Ostwind getting repaired, but there's just not enough infantry.
Sharks got the cap down the bottom there, avoided the Panzer headquarters. That was nicely done.
Yeah, I think one thing also that Multi could try and do is if he goes more use of smoke, whether it be from mortars or whether it be from the shocks, it's going to allow the IS-2s to just go balls deep, bypass a lot of the damage because they're concealed by the smoke, and just sort of snipe the Jagdpanzer IV and drive away. I mean, it does take a while for Shreks to take down an IS-2 with all their health and armor. And there's only going to take 3 shots to kill a Jagdpanzer IV, as long as they all hit. And with the smoke, he can just drive through and ignore those Volks. We do have a shoe mine preventing this flank. I really do love this from Jove. IS-2 is looking for some more damage. He really should have the Vet 01 in front of the Vet 3. Flame is going to be forcing away the Shreks, but the Jagdpanzer IV is getting pretty low.
Yeah, that shot actually did hit. Here comes the conscripts. They're moving in. There's a demo there. He might just back away from it.
It hasn't detonated. Strange. But the Volks have to retreat, but there's still quite a few of them. And gets a wipe on the Raketenwerfer. He wants to get the AT grenade to take out the Jagdpanzer IV. The Ostwind waiting behind the garrison gets them. That's a nice spot to leave the Ostwind. It's Vet 4. Really great stuff coming out of
the
Jove.
IS-2's going to hit a shoe mine.
Oh, I guess the conscripts.
Yeah.
That was a lucky one. But actually, he's been forced off.
Wow.
And the IS-2s, they have a lot of health.
So much manpower bleed.
You can continue this push.
Oh, that's another squad
Gets the
wipe.
Empire and...
Jove is not giving up.
Yeah. Sorry, Multi, you mean. But the demo detonated and
Multi.
the Zis didn't actually die. The IS-2s, I reckon has to go further on this. He has the Incendiary. He can really go deep on this one.
Goodbye, Zis gun. It's been a pleasure knowing you. Salute.
Blake with the expert plays.
Yeah, that's alright here. The IS-2 is going to be almost taking that Vol squad here, but
and
guess what Jove's building?
They need to go deeper. They need to win this game now.
Into the King Tiger. If he's not careful here, Jove is going to be going for it right now.
2 IS-2s can do it, though.
Yeah, they can do it. And it was really nice predictive play from Jove, already having the Panzer headquarters and ready to go for the King Tiger. I think that was just good play from Multi because he had the IS-2s far enough back. They weren't taking damage from all the AT.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of going balls deep, and they just picked away. They just picked away at the Jagdpanzer IV. And when it was low enough, it's just like, okay, so now I can go after Raketenwerfers because that Jagdpanzer IV was penetrating this all the time against the IS-2s, whereas the Raketenwerfers only some of the time. So IS-2s all of a sudden had a bit more free reign. They got like 2 wipes on the Raketenwerfers, then another wipe on the Sturmpajos.
Yeah.
Might lose that shock squad.
Again, it's hard to criticize players for playing too passively, but at this stage, I don't really know what he was afraid of. I mean, the real answer is his shoe mines, and that's it. Because the Volks were all low, and they were all forced off, and he had an Incendiary. The Jagdpanzer IV, he knew that was low because he forced that off. The IS-2s, they had 75% health. I think it's not unreasonable for us to criticize him for not being more aggressive, given how much health the IS-2s had, and given that he knew everything was low, everything was forced off, and he had the Incendiary. The only real problem for him would have been hitting a shoe mine.
And I think having seen at least 3 of them blow up in the previous engagement, that gave him a bit of pause for thought. I mean, I would. Having not seen, shoe mines the whole game and then seeing 3 blow up in one engagement, I'd be like, oh, okay then. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the best idea.
But now the King Tiger's on the field, and this is actually unwinnable.
Yeah.
King Tiger and Jagdpanzer and Stuka and Volksrex.
It's perfect.
It is just the OP late game that you just can't beat at all. And the IS-2s can get the 1v2 on the King Tiger on their own, ignoring the fact that there is 6 other means of AT. Zisguns won't contribute at all because they just get completely nullified by the Stuka, wiping them consistently every single time it fires. The Volksrex going to be forcing off the IS-2s. Yeah, let's see how effective this one goes. It can be, really good RNG, but let's be honest, this is unwinnable.
Penetrate, penetrate, penetrate.
Wow. I mean, again, he can get good RNG, but he can't kill the King Tiger.
No. Not... Theoretically, you might be able to. Here's the Osman from the back lines as well. Really nice play from Jove. Going to be taking down the Zis. Barraging, though. That's a nice move. He's actually going to force off the Volks with that. Does lose the Zis gun in the end here. Jagdpanzer falls really well. There,
nice.
He got the 18 aid. He might be able to follow this one up. Doesn't penetrate with that IS-2 shot.
Yeah, he's going to lose that conscript as well. That's basically the end of his vetted infantry, but it gets behind the church, keeping it alive for now.
IS-2 has to make a decision.
Yeah, one more shot will take it out. Rakenverf is there, but it's juking. There we go. IS-2, it does fall. Was that the Ostwind?
That might have been the Ostwind. Does it have any vehicle kills? Can we check on here? I don't think we can.
No, we can.
Can we? Shouldn't it show up if it has vehicle kills?
Vehicle destroyed!
What? The Ostwind must have penetrated.
Yeah, bear in mind the Vet 4 does give it extra damage. So I don't know if that increases the deflection damage, but still, extra damage. So that's pretty cool. Ostwind gets an IS-2.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jove being merciful here, and he's actually going to salvage, in the salvage terms, the Zis gun, so Multi can't recap it, so it's nice of him.
This is awesome. Like, I've never seen an Ostwind from OKW be so effective, and it's almost Vet 5, and with 42 kills, like, this Ostwind deserves to be Vet 5.
Definitely. Man, where's that Stuka firing? Did I hear Stuka?
So even then, like, that was actually pretty good RNG from Multi with the King Tiger penetration, but it was just nowhere near enough to actually take out the King Tiger.
This is a great game for both of our players, actually.
Yeah.
It's incredibly close. So many good plays. It looks like Jove's going to take this one, though. I mean, stars all of his stuff alive. So many times has both the... I mean, the Ostwind survived a lot of times, so has the Stuka that survived about twice from getting down to one shot from death, so...
Still, I think Multi would have won this game if the Jagdpanzer 4 didn't get the main gun destroyed crit. Because then there would have been no counter to the KV-8. The KV-8 would have just completely romped the map, denying all of the infantry play. And then there would have been another Jagdpanzer 4 eventually, but by then there would have already been the IS-2. So... close game. It could have gone very differently if it wasn't the main gun crit, of course, but Jove played this one well. I like his playstyle. I like his unit composition.
Yeah.
I think he deserves the win.
Definitely.
And I think Multi maybe needs to be more aggressively, but it is very easy for us. We need to be more aggressive. It is easy for us to see through Fog of War. Yeah. You should have done this because we can see through Fog of War.
But you can't. But
unfortunately, Multi can't see through Fog of War.
He can't.
Unfortunately.
So it's very forgivable.
Multi, as far as I'm aware, isn't actually hacking. Doesn't have Fog of War hacks. No. Something that he should definitely look into.
Man, that Ostwind is ballsy. He just wants the Vet 5, man.
Can't blame him. IS-2s. Once again, he has got 2 IS-2s.
Oh, he might actually go into this. That would be a mistake.
Well, and what else can he do?
Yeah, might as well just go for it, I think.
One thing to mention, the VPs have actually been very close this entire game. There's a Jagdpanzer 4. You have to be careful of the choke point. They can get blocked on each other, and the IS-2s are missing pretty consistently. The Jagdpanzer 4 isn't really firing because of the garrison in the way. Vet 4, Jagdpanzer, it's 0 kills. And yet this Jagdpanzer, it is Vet 4. Combat effectiveness. Oh, sorry, rate of fire and accuracy on the main gun. Yeah, the King Tigers has a lot of health. Another crew shocked.
Alright, still going to be forced off here. Oh, 2 bounces.
Man, if that Jagdpanzer 4 gets Vet 5, it's going to be huge. Increased penetration
3
and
bounces.
damage. Vet 3, rate of fire,
4
mobility.
bounces.
Wow, that's pretty bad RNG
Yeah.
for this Jagdpanzer 4. Gets the other one.
Yeah.
I think he's found the ideal target. I mean, it is actually closer.
Yeah.
The closer tanks are, the more
Penetrate.
chance you have to penetrate. Armored skirts. Oh, you get more armor in Vet 2.
No. Oh, here comes
Yeah.
the dead commissioneers. They might dodge this one. Oh, they dodged it. Nice. IS-2 takes some damage, though. Got to be careful when you're repairing. That is indeed Stuka
Yeah.
bait.
Stuka also does a bit of damage against the IS-2s.
Yeah, I know what Jove might do here. He might just
Pop
he's just
cap.
gonna keep repairing and just, you know, more veterancy for his
Yeah.
tanks.
I mean, that's one issue with literally having every single vehicle that you would need as OKW is he doesn't really have that much infantry. King Tiger, Ostwind, Jagdpanzer, Stuka. I mean, it's literally every single type of vehicle.
Yeah.
You've got your frontline heavy anti-everything tank. You've got your dedicated tank destroyer. You've got your swift anti-infantry vehicle. You've got your artillery unit to deal with the poor weapons. I mean, what else does Jove need?
He doesn't need
A Pack
anything else.
43.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, it doesn't
Jove
get it.
not playing fortifications, but he wouldn't have his
Oops.
Ostwind. And the Ostwind, it's
been so
it's
potent.
really working.
been
Yeah,
great.
it's been great. It has not disappointed.
Indeed.
It could have backfired in the sense of feeding the veterancy to the IS-2s, but
They did do that a bit, but in turn got a lot of veterancy of its own and had huge.
yeah. And when he lost that first Vet 3, I think that was really when it was over. Is when Multi lost that initial Vet 3 IS-2. Then it just took too long, and there's been a lot of crew shocks this time
It
around.
has.
But unfortunately, Multi hasn't quite had the time to repair his IS-2s and the NGs. He loses a lot of them from a single King Tiger. 7 of them, in fact. And there it is. The Vet 5 Jagdpanzer 4. Not messing around here. AT grenade bounces alongside the IS-2.
Yeah, you're not going to penetrate the front armor.
Nope.
Nope.
AT grenades
That's not gonna
work
happen.
like 30% of the time.
Yeah.
It's pretty abysmal.
The real question is, can that Ostwind get Vet 5 and another tank kill? So,
Well, if it gets rear Blitzkrieg's in, gets
Yeah.
the rear armor, penetrates with its extra damage, it probably can. I want to see it.
it might actually go for the Zis gun here. It looks like it's going to.
We get extra range at Vet 5. That's going to be crazy. Yeah, it's not really penetrating this IS-2. But
Not a
look,
lot.
it's Vet 5 soon, and that would be pretty damn awesome if it does get Vet 5.
It would, but
for
yeah,
swag
game
points.
looking pretty over for Multi here. Going for another Zis gun. I guess what else can he do? He's out of fuel for his 7th IS-2, so...
Yeah, I wish we were keeping track of how
Yeah.
many IS-2s there were.
I was going to start keeping a counter, and then it was just too many for my mind to keep up.
Yeah.
There's the
Can't climb very
Stuka.
high. There we go. Okay, I think this is actually the first time that the Stuka hasn't wiped a Zis gun.
Yeah.
Even though Multi has been responding instantly and dodging it, you just don't know the direction that the Stuka's focusing.
It's all about the direction.
Yeah.
So,
Come on, I want to see Jove just throw away this Osprey just for the sake of getting a Vet 5.
Yeah.
If this game ends and the Osprey isn't Vet 5, I'm going to cry a little bit.
you're going to be seriously disappointed. I wanted to get another IS-2 kill.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just my thing, man. It's King Tiger rolling in, just wants to walk up on the IS-2, and that's cool. I'm down for that. It's not like it's actually
Oh, there's the wipe.
There's the wipe.
That's why you don't repair in combat, folks.
No. That is indeed the reason. Another crew shock, though. That's interesting.
It's worse when they're all flamers and the flamer detonates.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Can be
feels.
pretty bad. Unlucky on the nade. Yeah, look.
Come on,
A lot of
Oswin.
bounces. Where's the Oswin?
Where are the plays at?
Hurry up. We want to see them at 5. Another crew shot. Wow.
Actually, this is a pretty good spot for the
Yeah.
Zis guns.
They're having a pretty good time. It finally starts backing away and hits Vet 2, hits Blitzkrieg.
Oh yeah, because the
'Cause
King Tiger gets Blitzkrieg. Because really, like, I mean, seriously, does this thing need Blitzkrieg? Does it need a Blitzkrieg?
Really? Is that a thing?
It also gets he surrendered. Scumbag
Ah.
Multi, not giving Jove the Vet 5 Osvind. Well, folks, that's a
good game.
long game.
Yeah, it was a good, and it was well played by both of our players.
Yeah.
At points, mistakes were made, but that happens in
It
games
happens.
of Company Heroes too. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that. Really, really nicely played from both of our players there. Multi and Jove had some really, really nice moments, and it was either man's game at several points there. I think the lead changed probably 4 times at least.
Yep.
At least 4 times.
And the VPs were consistently even. That was pretty interesting.
The whole time, yeah, they were just like, 200, 200, 100, 100. Even now, look, 90 and 82, despite that. So,
Cool.
very impressive play. Enjoyable
Awesome.
game.
Well, that'll do us, folks.
Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.